All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to call it 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I'm Mad Statter today, and we have got Tiki in the house. Yes, we do. We've got Tiki, who's in the house, making it so Shock can't type anything. So Tiki in the way. Kitty Cat is in the way. Good to see you, Shock. Good to see you, Darlene. Looks like Pacola T is out here in the state of Hawaii. Who'd have thunk that? But she is day one out of Maui. Oh, she's not from the state of Hawaii. She's on a boat. That is right. Of course, she's traveling somewhere on a boat, listening one day out of Maui, 3 days from Ensenada. I'm going to assume Ensenada is part of California, but I don't really know because I'm just saying that off the top of my head. Yes, there we go. There we go. So, we have also got Rick in the house, as it were. So, Pacola T here listening in. Rick, Darlene, Shock in the house, along with the kitty. So, I don't know who else is here, but we might as well just get the kitty party started, shall we? Let's do it. None of my kitties are within arm's reach right now, so I don't know if they're going to be here for later on, because we're going to be talking about something that kitties love. What is that? Fish. That's right. We're gonna be talking about fishies. But before we talk about fishies, we're going to talk about geographies. Apparently, Ensenada is in Mexico, not in California. I knew it was one of the two, okay? I knew it was one of the two. And we've got Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday coming in on that their YouTube side, along with Mama Sean, Puzzy Cat, making his fishy face known. He knows what the kitty cats love. They love fishies. That's right. And so, we might as well just get into it. There is a tournament going on right now on Oahu. And it is a tournament of invasive fishies. Now, the tournament is literally just winding down as we're here on this stream. So I can't tell you exactly how it turned out, etc., etc. But what I can tell you is this was the plan for the situation. Apparently, I think it's the second year in a row they've done this. But basically, it is an Eat the Invaders festival on Oahu, and it is a tournament situation where the fishermen have, I think, 72 hours to go out and capture these 3 different types of fish. Lionfish are not one of them, Puzzy Cat. I don't know if lionfish are particularly invasive in the Hawaiian Islands. I don't even know if they have them in that area. I do know that in your area, those are the fish. But no, actually, the fish that they're talking about this time are the toa or toau, and then the roi, and then whatever one this one is called. But instead of me telling you what the flying fork it is that's going on, I am going to tell you, I'm going to play a video, and they're going to tell you what the flying fork is going on. So this video came out on, I believe, Thursday or Friday of this week. Like I said, the festival is literally just winding down, so perhaps on Wednesday we will get, I'll grab another clip that will let us know the results of this particular tournament. Thank you so much, Terry in Scotland, for those 1,000 biddies. Now let's learn more about how we're going to eat the fishies.
You can reduce invasive fish and enjoy a meal at this weekend's Eat the Invaders fishing tournament.
Kamakapili spoke with event officials and has a preview on what folks can expect.
This weekend, it's all about invasive fish. A brand new fishing tournament being hosted on Oahu is going to start tomorrow, Aloha Friday, and go all the way into the weekend, finishing and culminating with a community event being hosted at Kuli'o'o Beach Park. It's called Eat the Invaders. Now, this is really interesting because it's not just focusing on invasive fish, but there will be chefs at the event to teach you how to cook those fish. So to learn more about this from Malama Maunaloa, we're here with Kawai, who is the Fisheries Management Area Coordinator. No, thank you for making me practice that because you have a really long title. But with that said, Eat the Invaders, what is this all about? And I know that this tournament starts tomorrow and it will be lasting into Sunday.
Yeah, so this tournament, the Eat the Invaders, started because we wanted to have an event that brought fishers to the bay to learn a little bit about the new fisheries management area in Mauna Loa Bay, as well as, focus on these invasive reef fish. So we have ta'ape, to'al, and roi in the tournament, and these three invasives are, pretty detrimental to our reefs. And so not only to bring awareness, but then to teach people how to cook up ta'ape and to'al in a great way.
Well, with that, let's take our attention to Sunday. So this is going to be starting at 10 o'clock all the way to 3 o'clock. Chefs, we're going to be here to teach how to cook some of the fish. There'll be other events taking place. What can we expect on Sunday?
Yeah, so Sunday, the fishermen are going to bring their catch to the weigh-in, and that'll happen from 10 a.m. to noon. And then from there, the community can come in starting at 10. It's free for anyone. Just come to the check-in tent, and then there's going to be gyotaku fish printing. We're going to have local Ia and Chef Hui. They're going to be, frying up some ta'ape plates, as well as making a Peruvian-style ceviche.
Why these three specific types of fish?
Yeah, so ta'ape and to'al were, along with roi, were brought in initially intended as a food source, but ta'ape and to'al specifically are actually a really great source of sustainable seafood. Roi, not so much. There's reported higher levels of a ciguatera toxin, which could get you sick, but ta'ape and to'al are really delicious and great to eat.
That's the only thing that matters, right?
Exactly.
So for the fishing tournament, now for all those fishermen, the list has been closed as you already have a bunch of teams, but how many teams and how does this tournament work?
It was really awesome. We had to cap it, unfortunately, because we had so much interest in the tournament. But right now we have 55 teams, and the way it's going to work is they're going to check in here at Kuli'o'o Beach Park this evening, and then from there they get to fish Friday, Saturday, and just got to be in the weigh-in by Sunday at noon.
And again, it's not just on this side of the island, it's actually encompassing the entire island.
Exactly, yeah. And so the reason why we opened it up is because we wanted to have fishermen from all parts of Oahu come to Mauna Loa to learn about the fisheries management area, because this initiative was brought on by fishers, and essentially it's a fisher-led fisheries management area.
Now, for your organization, Malama Mauna Loa, you just celebrated 20 years. For you being a part of this, what does it mean to be able to put on events such as this?
I think for us, it's all about the community and giving back. And the tremendous support we've had and the tremendous success we've had in the last 20 years has been really awesome. And to be able to celebrate that in this new fun community event is something that, we truly feel honored to be able to put on for the community, for the people, and for the future generations.
Awesome. Right on. Thanks, Kawai. Appreciate it. So again, this is going to be Eat the Invaders. That's a pretty interesting name. Speaking again of those three specific invasive fish, the tournament kicks off tomorrow, going all the way into Sunday. The event is free for the entire community on Sunday. It starts at 10 o'clock all the way to 3. Head to our website, khon2.com, for all the information. Kamako Pili with KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.
That is a great idea.
It is genius.
And I would love to just partake in all.
Try the fish. Yeah.
Don't go fishing, but eat the fish.
All right, so there you go. That is the haps. But you might have noticed they've said that the invasive fishing tournament is for 3 kinds of fish, but they're only teaching people how to cook 2 of the types of the fish. The other fish, the roi, otherwise known as the peacock grouper, used to be a very, very important part of the reef fish diet. But in the 80s, something happened and people started getting food poisoning because of it. Because the fish, that particular fish, eats smaller fish that eat algae, and there's a certain type of algae that attaches to a different type of algae that creates a toxin, and so it builds up in the peacock grouper. It builds up in the roi, and so the roi is not a good fish for eating. And let me show you a little video. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about fishies today. We're talking about all sorts of things. And Pussycat, I just might make some shrimp for dinner soon. I love fried shrimp, and I haven't had any lately. I definitely, Pussycat, am all for that. And Rick bringing up a very good point. Invasives either prey on the native fish or they eat the same food, taking it away from the local fish. Exactly. So I'm not quite... So basically, I don't know where all of these fish came from and whether or not they're all considered invasive. I honestly don't know if the roi is considered invasive, but it is considered poisonous. And so I'm going to assume, though, because they are trying to get rid of it, that it is also considered an invasive. But to explain the situation with the Roy, I've got this minute and a half long video. But basically, what it boils down to is, depending upon where the Roy is caught, there's a very distinct chance that you're going to poison yourself by eating it. And let's just take a look-see at that for just 1 minute. That's right, we learning all about fishies today. We're going to be talking about other stuff too, but right now we talk about fishies. And so, don't eat Roy. Oops, this is a family show. Yes, exactly. But here, Roy is just a fish, okay? Not your cousin. Well, who knows? Maybe Roy might be someone's, family icon. I can't remember the word right now. Anyway, here is what's going on. They should actually go spearfishing, and actually, I think, Puzzycat, the spearfishing is how most of the fishing is done when it comes to the reef fish. But yeah, here we go. Here is a little quick note on the one fish that they will not be teaching people how to prepare.
This is one of the most dangerous fish in Hawaii, and I'm gonna try it. In a study that examined over 1,400 Roy in the Hawaiian Islands, Maui had the highest rate of ciguatera, followed by Big Island, Oahu, and then Kauai. What's crazy is that Roy from the leeward side had a much higher chance of having ciguatoxin than the windward side, almost double. And so ciguatera is a serious food poisoning from eating reef fish, and symptoms include nausea, diarrhea, fatigue, tingling fingers, and cold things feeling hot, and vice versa, and these symptoms can last for months. So one of the key takeaways from this study is that bigger Roy were more likely to be toxic, but even the small Roy had toxins, meaning small Roys aren't safe either. And there's no way to detect ciguatera by look or smell, and cooking it doesn't kill the toxin either. Although Roy tastes really good, I don't recommend eating it for this reason, and if you do eat it, make sure you avoid eating it from the leeward side, and especially Maui. Follow for more. This is one of the most dangerous fish in Hawaii, and I'm gonna try it. In a study that examined over...
Alright, so, hold on. Let's get rid of my reverbs. There we go. Yeah, so Roy, right. And the thing is Roy actually used to be a really popular fish on menus, in homes, but in the 80s, suddenly people were getting sick from it. And so what happened within the aquascape that caused that toxic algae to thrive, I don't really know. Obviously, it sounds like Maui's got the highest concentration of it, and then out to the outskirts, we've got Kauai with the least concentration, and then Oahu, the second least concentration. So the fishing tournament was, I don't know if it was necessarily limited to one island, but I'm assuming it was limited to one island in the sense that the fishermen aren't going to spend time crossing channels to go off a different island and then come back. That's all gas money, fuel wasted, and fishing time wasted. So I'm going to assume that the majority of this fishing tournament was done around the island of Oahu. And if it was on the windward side, the chances of having a Roy fish be full of those toxins is very slim, but you just don't know. And, you know, to use the most biggestest cliche, you know, there are more fish in the sea. So there's no need to take a risk on the Roy. Okay? Now, what they didn't really say what they planned on doing with all the fish that people caught. Let's just assume that they plan on eating all the fish that are edible. That being said, there's still going to be a bunch of Roy. What they plan on doing with that, I have no idea. I feel fairly certain they don't plan on feeding it to anybody. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're probably making fertilizer out of it or something like that. But honestly, I don't know. And I do hope... before this stream, I did actually search the interwebs to see if there was like a secondary newscast that like, oh hey, we're here at the event today and watching so-and-so cook and blah, 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 blah. I was hoping for a summary newscast on it by the time this stream happened. That didn't happen. So hopefully on Wednesday we'll have a better idea of exactly what the Flying Fork went on down there. And hopefully on Wednesday they will confirm to us that no forks went flying into the Roy. And so let's see here. So we've got a lot. Let's see. Did I see the helicopter flying over Sharks Cove on Oahu? They dropped divers off the beach, and that's illegal. The company got fined $10,000. No, I did not see that, Puzzy, but I'm so glad that the company got fined $10,000. And I mean, good flippin' Lord, you're flying a helicopter. Do you think people are not going to notice? Like, that's hardly subtle, dudes. I'm really happy to hear that they're getting fined for that. And so let's see here. Terry coming in. The toxin known as CTX is odorless, tasteless, and cannot be destroyed by cooking, freezing, cleaning, or cleaning, making it impossible to detect in fish by normal means. Consumption of the contaminated fish, let's see here, it's causes the fish poisoning, CFP. And let's see here, Pecola T saying, we often see shoreline residents, i.e. houseless, fishing in Pearl Harbor. There's clear warning signs against consuming anything caught there. Desperation, man. Ooh, yeah, I mean, Pecola T, you know, well, here, we're on the subject. I've actually seen homeless people in my area cooking rats on grocery carts. You know, the old school, most of the grocery carts these days are made with plastic, but if you can still find one that's made of metal, metal grocery carts, when sort of tipped over sideways, make for a makeshift barbecue grill. And let's just say meat is meat, and grilled meat feeds people, and meat sometimes comes from the street like a rat. So Terry in Scotland letting us know what that fish poisoning is like. Symptoms typically appear within 30 minutes to 24 hours after eating and include gastrointestinal issues, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, neurological effects, numbness, tingling, reversal of hot and cold sensations, muscle aches and dizziness, and cardiovascular symptoms, low blood pressure, and slow heart rate. I don't think there's any known deaths for these directly caused by that fish poisoning, but I can only assume that if that fish poisoning lasts for months on end, you are one miserable, miserable person. And Rick, around here, people deer hunting can donate their kill to a food pantry processed by a certified meat butcher for feeding the community. Yeah, that is super awesome. That is super awesome. And Sharks Cove is protected water, no commercial boat activity allowed. Yeah, hence that big old fine I hope that they got. So that's the situation with the fishies in Oahu these days, or today, or this weekend. And like I said, I'm hoping for a wrap-up summary newscast, so we can find out a little bit more about just how it went and who won. And like they said, they had to actually close the competition. So many people wanted to compete, which is quite nice. You know, I just have to wonder in one day how much they, cleaned up the reefs of the unwanted fishies. And Pecola T, I gotta agree with you. I'm actually surprised, she says, those shoreline residents aren't frying up all the feral chickens clucking around. Honestly, Pecola T, I don't understand how they ain't eating eggs and frying up those birds as well. I know that those birds are tiny little yard birds. They're definitely not the type of chickens that we buy that are 5-pound hormone-filled, grocery store chickens. But those are basically chickens the way chickens used to be. But yeah, I don't understand it either, because quite honestly, I understand it's illegal to mess with the birds. I get it. But if I'm hungry, it's also illegal for me to steal a loaf of bread. And so I'm already breaking the law, and I'd much rather have chicken soup than a loaf of bread. So yeah, I don't know. It seems I have often wondered why there are so many feral chickens when there are so many people without homes on the islands. because to me it just seems like a very logical food source. I can't believe that the law, that they're not supposed to mess with them, has any effect on whether or not a few go missing, as Rick says. And I mean, how do they know? Exactly, it's not like anybody would notice, that a few were missing. And let's see here, Pussycat coming in with more outrage. They charge the tourists $1,200 a person to drop them off by helicopter to the reefs on Oahu. It's legal on the South Shore and the West Shore, but not the protected areas. They even have a booth on the North Shore advertising it. Well, right, but Sharks Cove is on the North Shore, dude. I mean, you're not supposed to go there, man. And if you ain't supposed to go there, someone might notice if you're going there in a helicopter. Man, I hope that group of people, the company, really gets a very hefty fine. But okay, you guys. So the other night I was watching the televisions, and by televisions I mean the YouTubes. And something popped on my feed, and I'll tell you what. Hey, Andre, good to see you. Let's see here. Thank you so much for subscribing for 53 months. It's good to see you here again on Sunday. And let's see here. Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday. Do the chickens go feral, though? Are they harder to catch and mean? Yes, they are. Yes, they are harder to catch, and they are kind of mean. But that doesn't mean that they're not catchable, But all right, so I was watching the interwebs, and this crossed my path. And quite honestly, I don't know if this is true or not. On the other hand, it does seem really logical. And I can tell you this: I've never done it. It never crossed my mind to do it, even though they might be designed just for this. But since we're talking about fishies, we're going to switch gears and talk about goldfish. Goldfish crackers. Did you know they were designed for one very specific thing? Something I've never done with them. Yeah, duh.
Shawty said, let's not forget what goldfish were originally made for. Brother soup?
That's so interesting because I might be one of the few. I don't like eating goldfish crackers. I never have. The first time I tried one, I was like, why this make me feel funny? But maybe I was eating it wrong the whole time. You're not even supposed to raw dog it like that. Got the goldfish. Bro got too much oil for real. Got me a little soup from Whole Foods. Pour that thing on in, little chicken rice soup. And we're just gonna pour that thing up. Nice boiling hot soup. Drop them fish in, let them swim. Yo, all of a sudden it makes sense they're goldfish because they swim in the soup. Because they really could have made them bears or puppies or something. They made them goldfish.
We're gonna try it out. Let's do a quick prefer. Let's hands on that. Let it go. Let it fish. Let it crackers. Let it soup. Let it Whole Foods. See what we're getting ourselves into. See if I like it anymore, yo. Give me a nice bite. With a couple of them fish. God damn, it really adds a nice crunchy cracker texture with a hint of cheddar. Yeah, they decent now for real.
Y'all, really? I've never thought of it in soup, and they're fish, y'all. Of course they're meant for soup. Swimming in the soups. They're the perfect little soupy size. How has this never crossed my mind? And the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking to myself, wait, isn't there a picture of a tomato soup bowl on the cover of, or didn't it use, how did this never cross my mind? And Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday, yeah, goldfish crackers, raw dogging it. See, the funny thing is I don't really like goldfish crackers that much. They're a little bit too dry. They make my mouth feel a little bit funny. But in soup, I think that I would love them. I think they're the perfect texture for soup. And it just makes total sense, dude. Mama Sean's like, yep, in my tomato soup. And yeah, they're basically a copy of the oyster cracker with goldfish. I mean, honestly, Andre, all I want to say to you is like, duh. Only the thing is all I'm really saying to me is, duh. Wow. I mean, this was news to me. And I always use crackers in my soup too, but not goldfish crackers. It never crossed my mind to have goldfish crackers in my flippin' soup. And so, yeah. And so Terry's coming in with, duh. Goldfish crackers are officially marketed as soup crackers, particularly the original goldfish variety, which are designed to be enjoyed in soup. Their fish shape is a playful nod to the idea of swimming through broth, though the name primarily refers to their traditional role as a crunchy garnish in soups like tomato or noodle varieties. Okay, so Puzzy knew what goldfish, if I can get them. Puzzy knew all about it, okay? Okay, Puzzy knew all about it. I knew nothing about this. How many of you guys, other than Mama Sean, I guess, because she already knew, but I didn't know. I had no idea. And it sounds like Picola T didn't really know that you were supposed to put them in the soupies either. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday might not have even known that either. And so yeah, now we know that it's that goldfish crackers, they're not poisonous, and you can eat those, and you can put them in soup. And also, by the way, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday, thank you kindly. I got my little fancy nails. I've got, where did it go? Okay, I won't tell you. Oh, here it is. I got my OPI. It's called Purple with a Purpose. If you want to have nails like me, you can get Purple with a Purpose. And thank you so much, Andre, for giving a sub to Puzzy Cat. And let's see here. For soup and toddlers to practice small motor skills. Hey, a giant graham cracker goldfish would not go with soup. Hey, the giant graham cracker goldfish would not go with soup. No, it wouldn't, but I don't... What are you talking about, Andre? They've got... Okay, I've got so many questions. Okay, maybe just two. Well, probably more. They have big goldfish? How big are these goldfish? Okay. And they have graham cracker goldfish? What? And Puzzy Cat, I love to put fried chow mein noodles into your soups. Oh, that sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. My mom, when her version of tuna casserole, because I'm a white person and I come from a family that has a tuna casserole recipe, big shock. But the tuna casserole that my mom makes is made with crispy chow mein noodles as well. And so it's a little bit different. It's a little different take on the tuna casserole. And let's see here. They have a lot of flavors of goldfish. You know, because the regular goldfish kind of like they kind of feel weird on my tongue. I'm not a big fan of the goldfish, so I just never really like paid attention. But let's see here. Andre's coming in with the reality. There's over 30 different goldfish cracker flavors. The varieties available ranging from classic cheddar, pizza, and pretzel to specialized flavors like Flavor Blasted. I've heard of Flavor Blasted, veggie, and sweet grahams. Oh, yummy, yummy. Popular and limited editions included spicy dill pickle. Oh, that sounds good. Extra cheddar, Parmesan, and vanilla cupcake. Now I'm going to assume that it was Parmesan, and it was Parmesan, and vanilla cupcake. Not Parmesan and vanilla cupcake. That was not one flavor. It was two separate flavors. And that sounds pretty good. Do they have like a cinnamon sugar flavor? I feel like I would like a cinnamon sugar flavor goldfish. Let's see here. They even have pretzel goldfish. I had no idea. And you lost your thank you emote. Where did it go? I don't know. And Mama Sean, crunchy fried onions are good in soup too. Yes, crunchy fried onions are kind of delicious anywhere, frankly. Yeah, pretty much. And actually, you know what, Mama Sean? Speaking of crunchy fried onions, why don't we talk about this? I wish that Bainy Bo was here because Bainy Bo is the one who originally, oh no, wait, did I not? Oh, here we go. Bainy Bo was the original person who brought this to my attention. But in the UK, McDonald's, by the way, is McDonald's, had a hamburger called the Big Arch, or maybe it's called the Big Arc. I'm not sure. I've heard it referred to as both ways. Anyway, Bainy Bo was talking about how delicious this flippin' burger is, and he was trying to explain it, and it really, I was not picking up what he was laying down, but apparently, the Big Arch is here in the United States, across the board, March 3rd. However, we already have it here in the Seattle area. I haven't tried it yet, but on the hamburger is the crispy onions. And so, if you're a big fan of the crispy onions and you like the burgers, maybe give this burger a little try.
Fast food fans, get ready for this. Something really big. McDonald's is bringing the Big Arch Burger to U.S. restaurants starting March 3rd. That's soon. Are you ready?
It is what, next week? Yeah.
It's huge. I mean, listen to this. It has 2 quarter-pound beef patties and 3 slices of melted cheddar cheese on each burger. It also comes with a tangy, creamy Big Arch sauce. In comparison, the Big Mac has 2 of their original patties, which are a little over 1.5 ounces in size. So these are
this is called the Bigger Mac.
The big,
the Big Arch.
People have been
Arch.
nicknaming it the Big Mac's big brother of the burger.
Oh, really?
I wonder if the sauce tastes different, though, than the Big Mac sauce.
It has to. There's
You'd
also
think.
been some conversations online that this could maybe rival Whataburger's signature burgers.
Okay.
So we'll see
You know,
if
is-
it's as good or as big or tasty.
Oh, that's so good. Is it just for a limited time, or is it actually here to stay?
I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll have to find out,
I think I saw a
right?
little
This is all
limited
new
time on
information
there.
to
It's
me.
all brand
Right.
new information, I guess. You
We'll
might-
ask next
For
week.
me, I don't like
Absolutely.
a burger that's too hard to eat. That just sounds messy. It sounds too big for one's mouth.
I would agree.
And that's the
I
point
would
of a
agree.
burger, big and messy.
Nah.
Let us know. All right, we'll be right
bite-sized
back.
kind
We're
of
going to indulge on this conversation.
Yes.
And taste the burger.
All right, so there you go. Starting on March 3rd, I think that's Tuesday, you'll have a whole new reason to go to McDonald's if you go to McDonald's. Andre, you haven't been to McDonald's in decades. I have not been, it's been less than decades, but the last few times I've been there, it's literally just been to like get a Coca-Cola or get some kind of beverage, because their Coca-Colas, I normally don't drink Coca-Cola, but when I do have a craving about once a year, it's basically only for McDonald's Coca-Cola because their bubbles are so big. And so I just have to go there to get them. But for the most part, I haven't eaten at McDonald's in a really long time. I haven't eaten at a drive-thru in a really long time. And part of the reason is it costs just as much to go through the drive-thru as it does to go to a sit-down restaurant these days. And I generally will, sit-down restaurants are going to have better food. So if I'm going to spend money on food I'm not making, I want it to be good. And if I'm going to have to spend $18, I'd rather spend $18 on a good meal rather than $18 at McDonald's in the drive-thru. And, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday, those did look like everything buns. Yeah, this whole burger, I'm not convinced I'm gonna go try the Arch burger. On the other hand, I do enjoy a burger, and I do kind of want to see what it tastes like, and it does have the crispy onions on it, and so that was good. And let's see here, you were a Zippy's guy when you was in Seattle. Never thought to do it. I want to go to Dick's with my posse on Broadway next time you go to Seattle. Well, right, totally, Andre. Why would you come to Seattle to go to McDonald's? It's the same as what you've got in California. I did go to McDonald's in Hawaii last time I was there because I wanted to get a Terry burger. It was not on the menu that time. And I wanted to get a bowl of Saimin, and I kid you not, dude. They literally just stopped making the Saimin not but a week before I got to Hawaii. Their noodle supplier stopped making the noodles, and so they stopped serving it. And I was so bummed So flippin' bombed. And let's see here. And Picola Tea, right? Yeah, it is. Fast food has become, especially how expensive it is, especially compared to the flippin' sit-down meals. And Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday, I was actually out running errands earlier, and I did consider swinging by McDonald's to like show y'all, but then I did the time calculation, and I realized the burger would be sitting around for way too many hours, and even if it was the best burger on earth, it wouldn't be that good by then, so I wasn't gonna do it. But yeah, Andre, right, exactly. You went to McDonald's in Egypt. I swear, and I know that this is so stupid and lame, but I like going to McDonald's. Like when I was in England, I like to go there to see what it was, see how it was different. In Canada, see how it's different. I like to go, like if I was going to go to Japan, you better believe I'd go to McDonald's. If I was going to go to Egypt, you better believe I'd go to McDonald's. I would love to see just like the weird differences of this thing that is supposed to be always the same, but it's totally not from country to country. I absolutely would go to McDonald's in Egypt. And let's see here, Terry in Scotland, beef flavoring and hydrogenated oils are banned, are restricted in the EU, but allowed in the US. TBHQ and dye blah, blah, blah are permitted in the US, but face higher scrutiny in Europe. Despite the ingredient differences, the taste and appearances of the fries remain similar globally. Got it. And Andre, you got the McShawarma meal there. There you go. McGoofle says McDonald's Big Arch Burger is expected to cost between $7.59 and $11.79 just for the burger. Yes, and my best guess is in the Seattle market, it is going to be $11.79 or maybe $10.79, but it is going to be more than a $10 burger. I promise you that. In the Seattle market. In other markets, obviously different. You have to understand in Seattle, literally the minimum wage for everyone in Seattle. Actually, you know what? Here. No Google this yet, okay? Don't Google this. How many monies is Seattle minimum wage right now? Anyone care to guess what the minimum wage in Seattle is? If you are 16 years old and you go get a job at McDonald's, guess what the minimum wage in Seattle is? Not in the state of Washington, Seattle specifically. There is a difference. And Rick, you're so cute. We couldn't live on $15.50 an hour. Terry's getting closer, but he's still not high enough. Yeah, $21.75. 73 cents. $21.73 is minimum wage here in Washington State. So, consequently, our McDonald's hamburgers are in the $10 range, not the $7 range. Yeah, almost 22 bucks. Yep. Almost 22 bucks. And it's probably about $2 cheaper than San Francisco. Andre, I don't know what San Francisco's minimum wage is, but I have no doubt in my mind that it is on par or above what Seattle has. $17 minimum wage? No. Oh, no, sweet summer child. $21.73. In the city of Seattle is the minimum wage. $21.73. So, now don't get me wrong. I understand why and how the minimum wage is that. On the other hand, it's when you do the math, it is just very bizarre. And by the way, so that's McDonald's, right? Let's just say you work at Applebee's and you're a waitress or a waiter, you're a server. You make minimum wage plus your tips. I mean, sure, you're getting taxed on the tips, blah, 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 up to 25, blah, blah, blah. But you're making minimum wage plus your tips. So if you actually were a server in the Seattle area, you can make more than I make as an office manager. Big time. How does Dick's Burgers have such cheap burgers? Andre, it's because Dick's is a family-owned business that owns all of the property that they build on, and they just must know how to manage their money really well. I don't know. I mean, what it is, Andre, is they consistently high turnover, or I don't mean turnover, but like they make 1 penny off of 4,000 burgers instead of $1 off of 5 burgers. They hire. Oh, people who go to business school know the word I'm talking about, right? They have a lower profit margin, but they sell more of them. And Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday, no. I mean, yes, but no. I mean, actually, no. In the state of Washington, you absolutely do have to pay your family minimum wage, but Dick's is family owned and operated. They have multiple locations, and trust me, volume. Thank you, Andre. Jesus. Volume. They make their profit out of sheer volume. They make a little bit, but they sell a lot of bit. They're always busy. You're never going to go to Dick's and find no line. They've always got a line. It is what it is. Doesn't matter if it's 11 o'clock in the morning, or if it's 11 o'clock at night, or if it's 3 p.m., or some random time in between. There's always going to be a line at Dick's. And Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday, actually, they don't only hire their family. This family business has been around for probably close to 70 years. And they've always been known to pay their workers well above minimum wage. They offer benefits for schooling, for daycare, childcare. They give bus passes for those. Their benefits package is amazing. They just do everything right. And I don't actually know how they make their money the way they do, but founded in 1954, 10 locations across the area. They don't expand willy-nilly. They expand in very select and studied markets. They own their own land that and they build and this, that, and the other thing. It is, all I know is they're a local institution for a real good reason. Also, though, I will tell you, I don't like their French fries. And those are fighting words in some places. I don't like their French fries. It's just how it works. But yes, Terry and Scotland coming in. The deluxe double is priced at $5.75, which is, I think, their most expensive burger. Their hand-cut French fries are all floppy and gross, but, whatever. And you're going to go to the Capitol Hill one when you go and take a picture where Sir Mix-a-Lot took his. Absolutely, Andre. But you also, it's really not that far from the Capitol Hill one. Well, I mean, anyway, you might want to also go to the one on Lower Queen Anne, because that is the actual sit-down restaurant. All of them, except for one, are just drive-ins. You walk up to the window and you order. But they actually do have one real sit-down restaurant, and it's in Lower Queen Anne. And let's see here. The Capitol Hill location is popular for its accessibility via light rail and streetcar, while Lake City offers a unique neighborhood vibe. Yes, and the one in the U District also has a unique neighborhood vibe, as it were. And sort of like in In-N-Out generally takes good care of their employees. Most of their store managers have been around for 20 years. Exactly. And no, I don't actually think it's a drug front, to tell you the truth. That being said, I can totally see why you would jump to that conclusion, because that's a very legitimate conclusion to jump to. Another legitimate conclusion to jump to is, I've been talking for 4 minutes too long. We are past our Lono listening break. And before you ask, no, this Lono listening break has nothing to do with hamburgers, poison fishies, gold fishies, McDonald's, or Dick's. It it's just a good Lono song, all right? It's just one of my favorite little Lono tunes. So here we go. Boop.
Hano hano, hano hano voleno, praising you, Molokai. Inoe, meke ona ona, moloka inui ahina, hano hano valeno. Inoe, meke ona ona. Moloka inui ahina, ano hano valeno. Uana ka makani, me ka mele ho'ohaoli. Moloka inui ahina, ano hano valeno. Uana ka makani, me ka mele ho'ohaoli. Moloka inui ahina, hano hano valeno. E kilohi au i kanai, e pua ho'oheno. Moloka inui ahina, hano hano valeno. E kilohi au i kanani, e ua ho'oheno i kala. Moloka inui ahina, hano hano valeno. Haina ia mai, ana ka puana. Moloka inui ahina, hano hano valeno. Haina ia mai, ana ka puana. Moloka inui ahina, hano hano vale moloka e. Moloka inui ahina, hano hano vale moloka e. Moloka inui ahina, hano hano vale no. Praising you, Molokai, hano hano, vale no.
All right, there you have it, our Lono listening break. Pussycat, are you asking for Nikki? Are you throwing down the goat heads and you're asking for Nikki? I don't have the Nikki video, otherwise I would totally play that scary goat video that Andy Bumatai made for the Kavika's Nikki video. By the way, Andre, thank you so much for those for the 600 biddies. It took me a minute to count all the zeros. Let's see here. So, Andre saying all the Walgreens and CVS in the hood that would be thought of as a front are closing around here because they lost some governmental contract or something. Aha! And let's see here. At the street level of my old office building outside of DC, a clothing store closed. A frozen yogurt shop with a dozen tables moved in. Dude, you told me about this. We never saw customers inside. Had fun speculating about the nefarious dealings there. Yes, totally. I would, Pussycat. I totally would play Nikki if I had it. I just don't. I love that song too, Mrs. Aloha Friday. I just don't have the video. I used to, but it got wrecked on my hard drive that got wrecked. Otherwise, I would totally be queuing that up right now. Abso-flippin'-lutely. But instead, we're not going to talk about goats. Instead, what we're going to talk about is, can we guess? That's right, more food. All y'all, you know what time of the year it is? Do you? Do you know what time of the year it is? I unfortunately found out what time of the year it was the other day. I made the stupid mistake of going to my grocery store after work. So, 6 p.m. outside of the Safeway. Who do you think accosted me this time of the year? You know they little gangsters. That's right. Couldn't get past them. Could not get past them. That's right. It's that time of the year again. It is that time of the year. Tell me, what's your poison? What's your poison? I had to try the lemon ups. Never tried them before. Quite tasty. I always get myself a Samoa. Okay. Always get myself a Samoa. And, the little stupid shortbreads, the little trefoils, the darn sugar pushers. This is sugar and it's gluten. All the things I'm not supposed to be eating. And I was like, well, maybe just this one time I'll eat some sugar. And, Pussycat, you're expecting 500,000 bikers in attendance? Well, the Girl Scouts better be following that. So that sounds like there's plenty money to be made in Daytona for Bike Week for some Girl Scouts. But yeah, so what did I do? I went a little bit crazy. Why? Because I had cash on me. So I went and I bought a box of Adventurefuls. I went and I bought a box of Lemon Ups. I went and I bought a box of Trefoils. I went and I bought a box of Samoas. I went and I bought a box of Exploremores. And I went and I bought a box of Toffee-tastic. Toffee-tastic is the gluten-free version of a Girl Scout cookie, and it's not nearly as good as I remembered it. But let's see. Yeah. Pacola T. The bikers are coming to Daytona for cookies. And no doubt, exactly, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday. Come to think of it, why on earth aren't they making at least one sugar-free cookie? Right, exactly. I don't know. But what I do know is this. I went and I bought a bunch of them, and the Exploremores are kind of gross, don't bother. The Adventurefuls are kind of good. You definitely should bother. But what you definitely need to do, if you're old like me, and you remember, here, let's see. Do you remember these? Do you remember these? I remember these. I wish that they still made these. I remember exactly what they taste like. And last night, I got to eat them again. Only not in this form. Instead, it was a little bit of a different form. But I have the recipe right here in front of me. And it's delicious. If you guys remember the McDonald's cookies, the McDonald's cookies, the animal cookies, exactly. And you remember what they taste like. Do you remember what they taste like? They were kind of like shortbread, but not really. And they were kind of lemony, weren't they? Yeah. What they were is 1 part Girl Scout shortbread cookie, 1 part Girl Scout lemon up. Every lemon up has a different little... Lemon ups are kind of a new... no. I did not. Lemon Ups are a new thing for Girl Scout cookies. They look, let's see here. They look like this. And then they're, here, let's see what we can do here. So they've got a little lemon icing, sort of. You can't really see it, but that's the back side. And then the front side has little, I am bold. I am strong. So, okay, it's a lemon cookie. It's a delicious little lemon cookie. Oh, this one says, woo, this one says, I am creative, right? But if you take, then we've got our trefoils. If you take a bite of this with a bite of this, or if you're getting fancy and you double-decker them and you bite them, they taste exactly like McDonald's McDonaldland cookies. Exactly like them. I last night couldn't. Okay, so last night, all right, so so you see there's enough for 2 sleeves in here. Do you see how there's only one left? Yeah. So luckily though, there's still half a package of my lemons here. But for real, y'all, the lemon cookies with the lemon ups with the trefoils taste exactly like McDonald's cookies. So, so there you have it. If you're accosted by those thugs outside of Albertsons on your way into grocery shopping one day in the next week or so, and you feel like you've just got to give them some of your money, I highly suggest the lemon and shortbread combo. Yes. Yes. And Picola Tea, your granddaughter's troupe, sells them online, so there's sales pitches on screen instead of a storefront. Yeah, I actually kind of thought that's how it was done these days, which is why it never really crossed my mind that I would be accosted by these thugs wearing green. Man, this isn't the season for the Bloods or the Crips. This is the season for the Girl Scouts, the Girl Guides, the green girls. Them green girls gonna get ya. And they got me. They got me good. $36 worth of they got me. For sure. And McDonaldland cookies, says Terry, were a popular snack sold at McDonald's, especially from 1974 to 2003. They were hard, crunchy cookies shaped like McDonaldland characters, reminiscent of animal crackers. Exactly. While no longer available in most U.S. locations, McDonaldland cookies still exist in Australia. Oh, really? Where they are sold under the name McHappy cookies. These are crisp golden biscuits shaped like the classic characters and are available at Macca's, with the proceeds supporting Ronald McDonald House Charities. There you have it. There you have it. But I'm telling y'all, if you want that little bit of lemon, little bit of shortbread flavor, the Girl Scout cookies, the lemon ups with the positive affirmations written on in them. And Puzzy Cat, you remember the year when your wife and daughter were involved in the Girl Scouts and they had 200 boxes of cookies to sell. Your house was full of them for weeks. And you know, the problem is, when they're in your house for weeks, you have to remember, these don't really belong to me yet. I haven't bought them. So if I eat them, I need to buy them. And I need to remember to buy them before I eat them. Because I might forget to buy them before I eat them. And Puzzy Cat, you got the ones with the chocolate and the caramel in them. I'm going to assume you're talking about the Samoas or you're talking about the Caramel Delights. On this particular graphic, they're called Samoas, but when I sold them when I was a kid, they were called Caramel Delights. And actually, it all depends. There's 2 different bakeries that the Girl Scouts use across the country. One of the bakeries calls this version of the cookies Samoas. The other version calls them Caramel Delights. They are slightly different, actually. And one day I would like to do a taste test of the Caramel Delight versus the Samoa. But I don't know how to hook that up because I don't live in 2 different areas. And the Thin Mints are the best, according to Puzzy Cat. And you know what, Puzzy? I will not fight you for those. I hate chocolate mint. I love chocolate. I do not like chocolate mint. There's nothing about chocolate mint that is my friend at all. So all y'all can have all. I will not fight you for those cookies. I know people will go down with fisticuffs for the thin mints. I am absolutely not gotten a dog in that fight. Got no dog in that fight. You can have them. You can tear each other apart for it. I'm good with my happy talk. I'm good with my little lemon. I'm good with my little shortbread, and I'm damn good with my Samoa. If you want to throw down for a Samoa, I will throw down for a Samoa. But you can have those thin mints. Have them. And so let's see here. I like that Girl Scouts will let you purchase cookies for troops. Still benefits Girl Scouts, but without calories on your hips. Oh, there you go. There you go. And let's see here. Mama Sean, without the Mick in front, that'd be a good name for edibles. Wait, Mick what? Mick. What? McDonald land without the Mick in front? Donald land cookies? I don't know what you're talking about, but that's okay. I don't know. And let's see here. You did Girl Scout cookies with your girls, says Darlene, and the last 7 years now with the granddaughters who sold cookies. My Karen for 3 yes. Oh, my Karen for 3 yes was the troop cookie mom at their house with wall-to-wall cookies. My Karen for 3 years. I don't know what you mean by your Karen, but I'm gonna assume you mean 3 years. You were the cookie mom at their house. I don't actually. Darlene, help me. Let's see here. Let's see here. You like the lemon too? Good, Puzzy. That's it. All right. Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday. That's it, Molly. We're no longer twins. Not even frozen. Not even frozen. And Andre, haha, calling Samoans Caramel Delights. They're the same cookie. I'm not talking about James Monnet. I mean, yes, actually I am. James Monnet is a Caramel Delight. There is for sure. But that's not what I'm talking about. Oh, Luke, Photo Luke here. All right, good to see you, Photo Luke. We're talking about some Girl Scouts. It's Girl Scout cookie season. Have you run across any of those thugs in front of Safeway trying to sell you their wares? Because I'll tell you what, because let me tell you right now, my friend, I got accosted by the gangs in green. The gangs throwing the green signs, the green girls, and yeah, I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Couldn't help it. So let's see here. Yeah, there we go. So that's pretty much, yeah, there we go. That's all I've got to talk about today, you guys. Nothing but foods. And so, Photo Luke, you have not run into them yet. Well, it is the season. Now, I don't know, maybe your troops do mostly online sales, but I will tell you to be wary when approaching Foodland. You might want to check out check to see if the ops are there, and avoid them if you're trying to avoid sugary sweets. Of course, if you're trying to find sugary sweets, well then, 'tis the season, my friend. It is time for the Girl Scouts, and you definitely should think about going hunting for some Girl Scout cookies. The cookies, not the Girl Scouts. Okay, just there. And so though, speaking of which, Photo Luke, that's right, I'm putting you on the spot. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite Girl Scout cookie? My favorites are the Samoans and the trefoils and the lemon ups. That's my favorite. Although I do like the the peanut butter do-si-dos, but I don't like the peanut butter tagalongs. I used to like the tagalongs, but now they're gross. I don't know what they did. And then also, Photo Luke, you like the tag-alongs, but your favorites are the Thin Mints. Okay, actually, Luke, I'm really glad that you said that, because, and hold your eyes, guys, but I'm trying to do something here. Okay, we're looking at, we're taking a deeper delve into the Thin Mint situation, and I'm messing with, like, if you're wondering, like, whoa, dude, my screen is spinning, that's because I'm messing with it. All right, so we've got a Thin Mint situation on the screen, right? Right, everybody knows Thin Mints are the best. Exactly. I totally understand that I am in the minority, but I have to ask you guys. Okay, so look at the Thin Mint here. It is a chocolate cookie with chocolate over it. And I honestly don't know if it's the cookie or the chocolate that has the mint taste in it. But here's the deal. Do you see the tag-alongs and how they've got cookie, peanut butter, and then chocolate? Right? I remember the Thin Mints being like that too. When I was a kid, I swear to God, it was a chocolate cookie with a thin layer of white mint cream covered in chocolate. Did I remember that wrong? Have they always just been chocolate cookie with chocolate on top of them and no thin white layer of mint? Because in my memory, there was like a little white stripe on top of the cookie. Am I just like, am I just like making stuff up in my head? Because I do that. And I'm just wondering, does anybody else remember? See, Photo Luke, good question. I thought there was white before in there. See, Photo Luke, I don't mean to sully your memory, but I'm kind of... Mama Sean, you remember the mint layer too. Okay, that's... Okay, I'm glad to hear this. There was... No, I don't remember wrong. There was way back a thin white cream or icing too. Y'all, I know this is dumb, but I'm really glad we're having this conversation because it really... The first time I saw a Thin Mint without that white layer, I was really confused. Which shouldn't surprise anybody that I was confused. But I do also wonder because, like I said, there's two different bakeries that make the Girl Scout cookies, and it depends on your location which bakery services your troop. So I wonder if the other bakery, the bakery that does the caramel delights instead of the Samoas, I wonder if the other bakery has the little white line on it. I might have to look into this further. But I am glad to know that I'm not just making things up. And Picola T coming in with the hard, fast truth. I eat them too fast to notice. And Mr. and Mrs. Low Friday, I was a Girl Scout and I don't remember that. That's why I wonder if the different bakers have them different, do it different. But now you're saying, now my mom was a Girl Guide in Canada, but I was just a brownie in the United States. And according to your expert GS memory and Google, which says in Canada they had them with mint. Interesting. And Picola T, this was going to keep Statter awake at night, strike or no strike. I can't say it was going to, but I also cannot promise it wouldn't have. And yeah, Pussycat, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean you can eat half a box easily? I could never eat half a box of cookies by myself in one night. Ever? Oh my, you gotta be kidding me. Honestly, I'm not trying to justify being a fat girl and a fat girl existence, but this box says there's 8 servings. For real? Are you kidding me? No, it's 1. This bag, I don't know how many servings it is. How many servings? This has about 6 servings in it. No, one serving. If I open a box of Samoas, that box is open and it's gonna be eaten until it's empty. And it will be empty in one night, especially if there's milk involved, but even without. Girl Scout cookies are just, they're liars. 1 serving is a box. A box is 1 serving. A box is 1 serving. Don't let them tell you anything else, okay? The cookie servings are frighteningly tiny. Exactly. And Mama Sean, maybe Seattle had the same bakery as Canada. I honestly, you might, I am gonna look into this, okay? I am gonna look into this. I am. And let's see here. Photo Luke, if I ate a half a box of Thin Mints, I probably had to sit on the toilet after that. Somehow that's not enough punishment, and I would still eat it like that. Exactly. Exactly. And Andre's saying that they were white till the 70s. Well, I was a Girl Scout in the late... No. I was a brownie in... You put the answer up earlier? Oh, I didn't see that. I'm sorry. But I was a brownie in the early 80s, late 70s. I can't tell you the math because I don't. Well, probably early 80s. So there still would have had to have been the tiny little white stripe in the early 80s. I swear. And let's see here. Molly, don't panic. Something just reached out and hit me from the left side of the screen. Yeah, Girl Scout cookies have 0 chance of being stale in my house. That is 1000% true. I have no control. They only happen once a year, y'all. Slowly put the cookies to the side. Right, exactly. And let's see here. Yes, Girl Scout Thin Mints were historically white or light colored inside during the... They featured a vanilla base. Okay. Yeah, no, Andre, I don't actually remember what you're talking... Okay, so Andre, as I just muttered what he said. Okay, so Andre's coming in. Yes, Girl Scout Thin Mints were historically white or light colored inside during the 50s, 60s, and 70s. They featured a vanilla-based shortbread or biscuit center covered in chocolate mint icing before the recipe was changed to the current dark chocolate wafer. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, it was a chocolate cookie, or maybe a chocolate mint cookie, whatever. A dark wafer, but then like a little bit of thin white mint icing, or what I presumed was mint icing. I never tasted it by itself. And then it was covered in chocolate. So I've never heard of... Now I've got a whole new flippin' flirpin' thing. I've never heard of the Thin Mints with a pale colored cracker. Cracker is not the word I'm looking for. Biscuit, cookie. Oh, well, now I need to go into the... I have to go figure this out. And, let's see here. Pussycat, they have Dollar Tree knockoffs of the mints, and they're not as good as the Girl Scouts. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. They also, I think Keebler has their knockoff of the Samoas / Caramel Delights. Once again, not nearly as good as the stuff you get from the Green Gangsters. The Green Gangsters outside of Safeway have got the good stuff. All right? We don't need any of that stepped on, cut down trash. We want the good, pure, uncut Girl Scout goodness. Straight from the gangsters themselves, okay? I know, the controversy of Thin Mints. The March 1st controversy of the Thin Mints. And here we go. Here we go. Andre, vintage recipe in the 50s, 60s. The cookies were often described as white or light colored inside with the mint flavored ice cream rather than the current. All right. Rather than the current. Where did I go? The current dark chocolate wafer use today. Evolution over the decades. The recipe changed. The current dark brown mint infused. Changed to the current dark brown mint infused crispy wafer. Baker variations. Different bakers. I've been talking about this. Currently ABC bakers and Little Brownie bakers. And those have been the bakers for Girl Scout cookies for a very long time now in the USA. I cannot speak for other countries. And those have historically produced slightly different versions of the cookies. So that might explain it. And yes, exactly, Picola T. Welcome to Sunday Mystery Tour. Today's episode, the Great Thin Mint Debacle. Exactly. And I don't know if you guys saw the particular headline or catchphrase for today's show, but today's show is, are you hungry yet? You will be. And yeah, a deep dive into the mint. That's right. And so, unfortunately, we're probably going to reprise this conversation with pictures come Wednesday. I'm going to be like, oh my God, y'all, I found all the different versions of the Thin Mint pictures over the years. And then we're going to go look at all the Thin Mint pictures and go, oh, okay, that's what Thin Mints look like. Why are we talking about that today? Today was not Sunday. Don't make me do it, Andre. Maps of Cookies by Molly. Don't make me do it. And let's see here. Terry in Scotland threw down a link. I think it was Fat Girl Cookie Land or Fat Girl Cookies? Fatgirlcookies.com. All right, I'm gonna make the mistake and click that link. And they just, they're just cookies. It's just a cookie place. But where do they live? Oh, Massachusetts. All right. Well, we're gonna, let's see here what they got. Looks like they got some lemon cookies. Okay, Fat Girl Cookies. There you go. I can make Fat Girl cookies. All my cookies would be called Fat Girl cookies. And let's see here. Mr. and Mrs. Love right now. All I want to do is eat cookies. Well, actually, the Maps of Cookies by Molly is very simple to do, I'm guessing, because I can only assume that the bakeries do, that the bakeries cover only certain locations. So I probably could do a breakdown of the Girl Scout cookie bakeries by state and who has what version of what. I don't know if I could do the report in a Cookie Monster voice, though. I don't even know if I could do a Cookie Monster voice other than cookie please. And that's about all I could do. And that wasn't a very good one, actually. That wasn't a very good version at all. What is not going on my voiceover resume? Cookie Monster impressions. No, that's definitely not a good one. And let's see here. You should ask your wife to make you some cookies, maybe some chocolate chip or peanut butter cookies. Ooh, peanut butter cookies. Am I the only one who was a grown-up before it occurred to me to put chocolate chips in peanut butter cookies? I don't really see a lot of peanut butter chocolate chip cookies, right? Which kind of seems weird to me. Doesn't it seem weird to you? I feel like peanut butter chocolate chip cookies should be more of a thing. Does anybody make chocolate chip peanut butter cookies? I mean, I've been told that peanut butter and chocolate chips go together. And let's see, hey, there was the Fat Boys rap group, but not the Fat Girls. They started as the 2 Tons of Fun, and then they named themselves the 2 Tons of renamed themselves the 2 Tons of Fun. Wait, hold on. What? The Fat Boys? I know who the Fat Boys were or are, but not the Fat Girls. They started out as the 2 Tons of Fun. I don't even know who the Fat Girls are. I mean, is there a rap group called the Fat Girls? The Weather Girls. Oh, I don't know. I don't know who those people. There's nothing about any of those people that. Oh, they're the ones who did the It's Raining Men song? Oh, okay. Picola T, why don't you like butter cookies? And let's see here. Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday. Spam peanut butter cookies, just saying. I'm not opposed to the idea, but I'm gonna have to like formulate that. And for some reason, I feel like it needs to be chunky peanut butter with Spam. And I really don't know why I say that. But that's where I'm leaning. And then there's the chocolate Reese cookie. Is that the Oreo with Reese's peanut butter in the middle? Which is like to die for. And whoever decided to make that cookie kind of needs to die, because I will eat 4 packages of those if given the opportunity. And by the way, 4 packages is actually just like 1 serving. Just so you know. Hey, no comment. Good to see you. Good to see you. And let's see here. Dr. Steve just found a YouTube about the cookies, including a recipe. I just sent you an email. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And then Pussycat, yes, get her to make the peanut butter cookies and add some chocolate chips. That's exactly it. But Picola T, I have to wonder, just prefer savory peanut butter over sweet. They make peanut butter cookies with chocolate chips. Well, I've never seen them. But Picola T, do you not like butter cookies just because of trauma? Childhood trauma? Where you thought you were going to get cookies and instead you got stabbed with a sewing kit? Is that why you don't like the butter cookies? Because if you don't like the butter cookies for that reason, I totally understand. You can't trust a butter cookie tin. Those blue tins are not even trustworthy. They will lie right to your face. They will sit there looking all glistening and fresh, and it'll be brand new in your house. It's even Christmas time. And it's a flippin' sewing kit. Grandma brought her sewing kit. Didn't bring cookies. Didn't bring cookies. That's the worst thing about the butter cookies. Or are you saying peanut butter? The Nutter Butters. Oh my god, Nutter Butters are the best cookie ever. Exactly, Andre. Those Danes make those tins and somebody robs the cookies and puts sewing kits in them. I swear to God, if you've got trust issues, it's all because of those stupid blue cookie tins. Absolutely. Totally. Forget your parents, forget your grandparents, forget your teachers, forget your best friend, forget anything that might give you trust issues. You know it was that flippin' flirpin' blue tin that did you in. And, oh, Picola T, you like the butter cookies. It wasn't the peanut butter cookies. I get it. Okay, I misread. All right, you guys. So according to my clock now, we've got 2 minutes left. I had a couple 2-minute warnings, but they were at 3 minutes, so I ignored them. But now we've got our 2-minute warning. And yes, bait and switch cookie tins. That's exactly it. Oh, Andre, that's how the Danes got Greenland. Got it. They said, hey, we're gonna lull you with our cookies, and then we're gonna stab you with grandma's sewing needles. That's what they did. All right, well, now that we figured out how the Danes got Greenland, we've solved all the world problems. Okay, so that was ridiculous, and I'm super stoked that you guys were here for a completely ridiculous and fun stream. We talked about fishies, we talked about poison fishies, we talked about soups, We talked about crackers. We talked about cookies. Talked about all sorts of things. So, if you're hungry, you can blame me. All right, you guys. So, hopefully we'll see each other on Wednesday. I might have more on this Thin Mint cookie mystery that we've got. The timeline, the story arc of the Thin Mint cookie. Who knows what we're going to have on Wednesday, but that could be it. All right, so thank you so much for hanging out, gift subbing, giving up the biddies. Thank you, moderators, for moderating. I don't know if you had to moderate anything nasty, but if you did, well, you did it so quick I didn't notice. So awesome, dudes. We're stoked. All right. Hopefully, 5 p.m. West Coast time, we will see each other on Wednesday. And if we don't, then maybe we'll see each other next Saturday, 6 p.m. West Coast time, at the Map Statter. Ooh, that wasn't very good. Map Statter Twitch page. I am not sure what movie we'll be watching. I can tell you it will be more lighthearted than what we watched last night. And so, I want to thank everybody who hung out last night to watch True Romance, because it was a truly romantic film in the most unromantic of ways. And there you have it. All right. Have a great week, y'all. We hope to see each other very soon. Take care. Have a good one.